Hi there, I'm Dr. Rolanda Fabian, wife, mom, educator, veteran, wellness enthusiast, and I'm also the proud founder of Bright Idea Consulting. I'm passionate about helping you thrive, prioritizing your well being, achieving your breakthroughs, and unlocking your personal potential. Here, we dive into practical tips, inspiring conversations, and transformative strategies to help you navigate life's challenges with confidence and grace. Whether you're looking to strengthen your relationships, practice better self care, or find balance amidst the chaos, you are in the right place. So if you're ready to grow and create the life you always dreamed about, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Now let's dive into today's episode and start building your brighter tomorrow today. So right now in your head, there's probably a laundry list of things that need to be done. It probably sounds like pick up the dry cleaning, call so and so back, go over to such and such's house, pick this up. Oh, that thing for the kids' school is happening. Follow up on that such and such from my boss. They're waiting on it. Oh, I need to pick up a birthday gift for that friend whose birthday is next week. Got to go get some groceries. I don't have anything to cook tonight. Let me stop by the store. Gosh, I'm meaning to do so many things. Oh, got to make that doctor's appointment. Make sure I can go ahead and make that doctor's appointment before I forget. I keep meaning to do that and add it to my schedule. Oh, let me send a quick text to so-and-so right now before I forget. They forgot to send me the answer. I got to keep checking up on that. Oh, and what's that thing I forgot to remember? And the list just keeps going on and on and on and on. And underneath all of that, there is a quieter voice that says, I cannot keep going at this pace. That voice is not a weakness. That voice is intelligence. Today, I'm going to help you begin to not only hear that voice, but to listen to that voice. We're going to call it out and help you get back to that version of you that's been trying to get your attention. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Rolanda Fabian, and this is another episode of Dr. Rolanda's Bright Ideas. You have joined us for an episode, and this is actually part 3 in a series that I've been talking about the inner realms, what we call in our program. And today we're on the realm called the mental realm, which, let's be honest, it's the realm that we live in most of the time. I mean, truly full time. But here's the thing. Nobody's going to tell you this, but I'll be the first to say it to you. If you haven't heard it before, this is for you. Nobody's coming to take this that you have going on off your plate. I said it. It's true. Not your partner, not your assistant, not your team, not your mother, not your father, not your sister, not your brother, not the new app that you put on your phone. It's not going to get done by a better calendar system, not after this season because you're just in your busy season. I know what you tell yourself. And I also realize that this is heavy. This is hard to hear, but stay with me because what I'm about to say next is actually a form of relief, not the burden. So listen, nobody's coming, but that's actually a good thing because if you've been waiting for someone to come and rescue you from this mental load, this stress that you're carrying all the time, everything that you have going on, you've been waiting for the wrong thing. You don't need to be rescued. What you need is what we call a retraining. in what you say, in what you do, in how you live, in what's going on in your head, in what you decide is your job versus someone else's. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about what's for you and what is working against you. How to get rid of that overwhelming mental load. So we've already gone over the spirit. We've already talked about the physical. If you missed those episodes, go back and catch them. But here's the lie that you hear all the time about your mental. Your mental load for high achieving women specifically is this. It's, if I get more organized, then the load will get lighter. I'll be able to do it all. But I'm here to tell you, with love, that you don't need to get better organized. Organization is not your problem. You're holding on to things that don't belong to you problem. And you can have the best Notion system. You know, Notion is that app that helps people with organization. You can have the best Notion system in the world. It could be all color-coded and tagged and time-blocked. You have a dashboard. It's beautiful. And if half the items in it are things that you said yes to out of either guilt or fear or habit, or because somebody else would do it, but they didn't volunteer, your brain is still going to be overwhelmed, overloaded, and tired. Organization is not the same as decongesting. You don't need a better app. You need a smaller list. I said it, and I'm telling you the truth. You need to get rid of some of that stuff. And the reason you don't have a smaller list is not because you don't know how to delegate. I mean, you delegate. You know how to do that because you're a leader, right? You delegate when you're at work all the time. But the reason that you don't have the same drive to delegate when you're not at work, the reason you don't have a smaller list is because somewhere along the way you decided that being the woman who carries it all for everybody is a part of your identity. And, you just need to come to the realization that you cannot delegate something you secretly believe defines you. You won't do it because you feel like it's a part of you. You feel like that's who you are. So you're going to do what you always do. So maybe it's time for you to rethink your identity. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what actually happens in the mental space, in the mental realm. Your brain is doing 3 jobs all at once. Job number 1 is doing the actual work, the thinking, the strategizing, the problem solving, the thing that you actually get paid for. So it's doing that. That's job number 1. Job number 2 is the household, the relationships, the schedules, the emotional weather report of every person in your life. Is taking note of all those things. All those things. But here's job number 3, and this one is the killer. The ongoing internal monitoring of how you're being perceived in jobs 1 and 2. It's what people think about you. Most men, on average, are running 1 of these. Some may be running 2, but almost none are running all 3 of them. forget about running all three of them at the same time. But you've been running all three at the same time. And you've probably been doing it since you were about, 11, 12. That is why you are so tired. Not because you're weak. Mm. And it's not because you can't. You are doing the work of three brains in one head, but it's wearing you out. And then somebody has the audacity to hand you a meditation app and tell you, girl, you need to relax. Sure. But here's the reframe.
Hey there, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to know if you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, this is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on the practical tips and inspiring conversations and our proven strategies where we're showing you how to prioritize yourself, strengthen your relationships, and thrive in every area of your life. Did you know that most of our listeners say these episodes have given them the clarity and tools that they needed to start making real changes? So don't miss out. Subscribe now and stay connected to the community that's all about helping you grow and glow. All right, now let's get back to the show.
Reframe it. The goal is not to do all three jobs better. The goal is to question whether all three jobs are actually your jobs. Some of them are, but some of them are not. Some work is yours. The relationships you choose are yours. But a huge portion of what's living in your head right now is something that you likely inherited. Maybe you inherited it from your mother. Maybe you inherited it from your industry. Maybe from a cultural script or a systemic way of doing things. Something that said, you're a successful woman and you never get to stop, and you can't drop anything. But listen, you are allowed to drop things and you are allowed to put things down. Whatever script is running in your head, kill that noise. You are allowed to decide that some part of the load that you were carrying was never meant to be yours. That's what we talk about and deal with in the mental realm. Clearing out the mind clutter, getting back to the basics of who we are and what's for us. That's what we do. Quick story. Usually I tell a story about this time. Sometimes the stories are about people that I've worked with, but this one is mine. There was a Wednesday not too long ago where I had 10 things on my list to do before 9 a.m. By 10 a.m., I had added another 6. I was sitting in my car and I was like, by the way, this had become a recurring location for me to talk about in this show. So you might hear the car situation more than once. But I was sitting in my car thinking about this and I'm thinking like, what is going on here? What am I doing? I think I do my best work maybe when I'm in parking lots. But anyway, while I sat there, I made myself look at my list of 16 items. And I asked one question, which I'm going to give you the strategy. This is something that you can do if you ever find yourself in a car situation. Which of these did somebody actually ask me to do? And which of these did I decide were mine because I assumed nobody else would do them? Do you know what I found out? Of the 16, 4 had been asked of me. I had volunteered for 12 of the things on my list. In my own head, without anybody requesting it. I just put them on my list. I was shaking my head. I could not believe that I had been doing that again. Sometimes you got to circle back and course correct. So here's me helping you to do the same. That was the day I really started leaning into a difference between what a request is and what I self-assign. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is something that I'm still practicing and getting better and better at every day. But every time I catch myself assigning myself something, before it lands on my list, my mental realm is sharp and it gets a little bit better at catching it so that I can keep room in my head for what is really important. And you can do that too. Today, right after this video, I want you to ask yourself that same question. What am I doing that is things that I have to do and things that I volunteer to do? Here's the part I want you to hear. Mental decongestion is not a luxury, and it's not self-care. It's not a treat that you earn after your next deadline. It is a difference between a woman who is leading in her life and a woman whose life is leading her. You have been leading everything else. You have a whole team that you're in charge of. You have a home that you run. You have community obligations, maybe with your church or some other community agency that you run. You have your family. It might be time to lead what's going on in your own mind. Your homework this week. Last small assignment, I promise. I've been giving you homework since we started this, but this one is important. I want you to write down all the things that you have going on in your head. The 50,000 things going on in your head, the 100 million things going on in your head. Write them all down. Get it out. And then next to each one, I want you to write one letter. It's either R, if somebody requested that you do it, or it's going to be an A if you assigned it to yourself. Just R and A. Don't try to fix anything yet. Don't drop anything. For now, just label them. And that's the whole assignment. Trust me when I tell you, the labeling itself will start to do the work. Okay? Just do the label. Write down all the things you have in your head. R, if you are requested, or A, if you assigned it. And when you're done with that homework, all the homework, especially from the last 3 episodes, and you're sitting there going, okay, I see it. I feel it. I'm ready to actually do something about it. I have something for you. Every 2 weeks, I run an event. The first event is the masterclass. The second event is our 3-day WELLth reset. WELLth, WELLth. It's a challenge. These events are not free, but that's intentional because the women who show up to these events are ready to do the work, and they need to put a stake in the ground that says, I'm taking this seriously. That's why we charge for it. It's just 1 hour for the masterclass, 1 hour on one day, and you walk away with a whole new mindset. The challenge is 3 days. It's 1 hour for 3 days, so total of 3 hours. And you walk away transformed. All sessions are live. I am sitting right there with you, going through everything with you. All 4 realms are addressed. We give real practices, we have real conversations, and we make real changes in how you're living and how you're carrying yourself going forward. I will say though, these sessions are not for everyone. It's really for the woman who has done the labeling, who has made the list, who's done the homework, and you're ready to start unburdening yourself. Now, if that's you, the links to the challenge and the masterclass are going to be in the description. The next one is starting soon. I'm not sure when you're catching this, but those 2 weeks roll around fast. I would love to see you there. If it's not the right time, though, no pressure. I'll be dropping episode 4, the last of this series, soon, and we are going to go somewhere that I think you're going to feel. I'm going to give you something you can feel. Okay? For now, though, I want you to remember that nobody's coming to save you. And that's a good thing. That's not a tragedy. That's a great thing. That is your invitation. All right? So pay attention, do the work, and I will see you the next time. But in the meantime, be blessed. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the show and found something inspiring to take with you on your wellness journey. If you're ready to dive deeper and kickstart your journey into well-being, access all of our tools on our link tree at linktr.ee/BrightIdeaCo. Take our free wealth assessment to get started on the right path, and don't forget to check out our store at brightideaco.store, where you'll find a curated list of our tools and resources to support your personal growth in your journey. You'll find these links in the description and in the show notes. Before you go, be sure to hit subscribe and also tap the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. Well, I can hardly wait to see you next time. Meanwhile, take care of yourself and keep shining bright.